Hello, young boys and girls. How are you? Today's lesson is going to be an exam training. I have decided to use the CLIL Art Exam Training, which is at page 186. And I would like to talk to you about my good friend, Pablo, Diego, José, Francisco de Paula, Juan Nepomuceno, María de los Remedios, Cipriano de la Santísima Trinidad, Mártir, Patricio, Clito, Ruiz y Picasso. Or, if you want to say it in Spanish, Pablo, Diego, José, Francisco de Paula, Juan Nepomuceno, María de los Remedios, Cipriano de la Santísima Trinidad, Mártir, Patricio, Clito, Ruiz y Picasso. Yes, this is my friend Pablo Picasso, also known as Picasso. And okay, before we go deeper into Picasso, let's read what the book has written. And let's do exercise 1 at the same time. I'm going to read now from page 186. First we read the reference about Guernica. Guernica, 1937. The German army bombed the town of Guernica during the Spanish Civil War from 1936 to 39 and completely destroyed it. Picasso painted his most famous work, Guernica, to show the horror of war. He painted it in the Cubist style, using black, white, and gray. The Gestapo once visited Picasso's studio in Paris. An officer saw the painting and asked Picasso, "Did you do this?" Picasso replied, "No, you did." Pablo Picasso. Now, let's use the words in exercise 1 on page 187. Acrobats, artists, attended, colorful, drawing, galleries, green, met, object, painter, special, student, worked. Now, the first word that is used in this article is the word painter. It is not the word special as is crossed out on exercise 1. So that is a mistake in the book. So please cross out painter and leave special free, okay? So, Picasso was possibly the greatest painter and sculptor of the 20th century. He was Spanish, but he lived and worked in France for most of his life. His art was always ahead of its time. Ahead of its time vuol dire in anticipo sul suo tempo. Pablo Picasso, who was born in Malaga, started drawing and painting when he was very young. His father was an artist and art teacher, and he saw that Pablo had a special talent, so he started to teach him. Pablo was a brilliant artist, but he wasn't a good student. He was always in trouble at school. When Pablo was 13, he attended the advanced course at the art school in Barcelona. At 16, he started at the Royal Academy in Madrid, but left after a few months. In the art galleries of Madrid, he saw the paintings by Goya, Velázquez, and El Greco, which influenced his art. Picasso moved to Paris in 1900, where he met artists, musicians, and writers, and the people who were most important to his career. We usually divide Picasso's style of art into periods. 1901 to 1904 is the blue period. He painted serious paintings using blue and green. Then we have from 1904 to 1906 the rose period. He used orange and pink to paint pictures of circus people, clowns and acrobats, and the harlequin, which became his special symbol. 1909 to 1912, Picasso and Georges Braque started Cubism. This is a style of art which tries to show all possible views of a person or an object at the same time. Picasso used neutral colors in his Cubist pictures. From 1920 to the 1940s is another period. After World War I, Picasso followed the trend of other artists of a return to order, and he produced work in a neoclassical style. He then experimented with surrealism, and the Minotaur became his new symbol. The Minotaur. This is a mythical animal. From 1950 to 1973, Picasso used a variety of different styles in his later works, which were more colorful and expressive than some of his earlier paintings. Very well now. Now let's open a little parenthesis to talk about how this is important for you. Supponiamo ragazzi che ci danno un lavoro di approfondimento su un artista o su un personaggio storico di rilevanza. Allora, il modo di fare queste cose quando ti danno una ricerca, un approfondimento, è leggere prima quello che il libro ti ha concesso, ti ha dato, e poi utilizzare gli spunti, se ce ne sono, gli spunti del libro per fare una ricerca, una piccola ricerca in internet, che basta fare 2 digitate e un click e uno si trova in un mondo di informazione. I want to tell you about this because when you need to look up some information about somebody and write about interesting facts about their life, it's nice to make a Google search and to type in, for example, in this case, interesting facts about, and we put Pablo Picasso. So if I Google interesting facts about Pablo Picasso, I find myself on a site that has exactly this, and I want to share with you, so you listen, some of these facts. Picasso was born on 25th October 1881 in the city of Malaga, Spain. Picasso's full name has 23 words. 3 of them are the last name, Ruiz y Picasso, and all the others are his many names. He received this name when he was baptized. In other words, il prete, the father in the church, baptized him with holy water and pronounced all of his names, all of these names which I said before. His mother's name was Maria Picasso y Lopez. His father's name was just José Ruiz Blasco. He received his last name from whom? From his mother. Picasso was born extremely small. In fact, he was so tiny that the nurse thought that he was stillborn. You know what stillborn is? When a child or a creature is born without life. Therefore, she left him sitting on a table while she went to take care of his mother. His uncle wound up saving him from death. Wound up is the path of wind up, which means that you get to a certain point in the story somehow after many decisions and many turns and curves in the path. Then his first word was lápiz, the Spanish word for pencil. His father was an artist, an art professor, and a museum curator. The curator is the person who takes care of the pieces that are exposed in an exhibit at a museum, and they also have to know the entire history of these objects and references and documents. Then it says, his father started teaching art to him when he was 7 years old. Pablo completed his first painting when he was 9 years old. The title of the painting was Picador. The image is of a man riding a horse in a bullfight. The picadores were men on horseback that were in bullfights in Spain. Then it says, his father decided that he would give up painting when Picasso was 13 years old. because he felt his son was already a better painter than him. Avete capito? Il papà ha deciso che avrebbe lasciato completamente la pittura quando si è reso conto che all'età di 13 anni suo figlio Pablo l'aveva superato artisticamente. Picasso was 15 when he finished First Communion, which was an extremely well-known portrait depicting his father, mother, and sister. Picasso was not a good student and he was frequently given detention. Detention era rimanere dopo scuola in silenzio in un'aula con uno degli insegnanti che ti sta dietro. When he was a teenager, his 7-year-old sister passed away from diphtheria. After his sister died, the family moved away to Barcelona, so it was a very important turning point in his life. Then it says, Picasso was extremely fond of the works of El Greco. To be fond of something means that you really like it. Then it says Picasso was a co-founder in the movement known as Cubism. Also, the Nazis would not let Picasso display his paintings in Germany. Picasso's artwork can be found in art museums throughout the world. Picasso had many lovers throughout his life. He often painted pictures of one of his many lovers named Dora Maar. Picasso had 4 different children by 3 different women. He was married twice and he passed away on the 8th of April of 1973 in France. I hope you have understood everything I've said because I have used verb tenses and expressions that you all should know. Right now we are working directly in English and personally I think it shouldn't be a problem for you to understand me. Is it a problem? Okay, you can do this. Let's go. So, your homework for next time is going to be exercises 2, 3, and 4 on page 187. Now that you've listened to me reading the article and you know a little bit more about Picasso, you can answer these questions and then I want you to think about an artist that you love and I want you to write a little presentation, an article which you will read to me. Again, audio with your phones or with your computers. I will be waiting eagerly. See you next time and thank you very much.
Hello, dear 8th grade. I have something...
Un grande Picasso, veramente. What an artist. Oh, what an artist!